What's up, nerds? Little Big Robot's back with another video of a robot, kind of. This is Gundam uh, Gundam Builders. Wait, Gundam. Why can't I think of the name? Re-Rise. So basically, this is Build Divers Re-Rise. You can't see the box. It's so honking big. So it's Gundam Divers Re-Rise, which is the second season of Gundam Build Divers. So it's just a mouthful. This is the Gundam GP-Rase-Two-Ten Ogre's mobile suit. Basically, this is a mobile suit that is based on that anime version there. That's in the anime. Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. I always get it mixed up. It's one of my favorite series. This is Ogre here. He's basically, just think of this as here, I'll even hold a little lore for you there real quick, if you want to read that. He's basically building these models in real life, and then you scan them into your little thingy do whippy, and then you put on the virtual reality goggles, of which I have some actually now. My brother bought me some, and they're really, really fun. And then you control the robot in virtual reality, which is really cool. In the earlier iterations of this series, Build Fighters Try, those earlier ones, even all the way back to Gundam Beginnings. Back then, but basically you would build the little model. This is the story setting. Imagine this: you build a little model, you set it down, the little machine activates the little crystals that are sprayed onto the plastic, and then you can actually control the actual plastic model inside a real miniature world, and you fly it along and you fight. So if your model actually gets damaged, depending on the setting of the game, it actually breaks your model, which is beyond adorable. That's the reason it's my favorite Gundam anime, because it's something that as a kid you'd want to do. You'd want to set this down and control it remotely with a little, pilot seat and actually break it apart. It's so freaking adorable. But this guy here, Ogre, is a character in real life. Is kind of a jockey guy. He seems like the evil guy. He's just really, really intense, I guess. And as per usual with a lot of anime kind of tropes, he's one of those bad guys that slowly, the good guys realize is not a bad guy. He's just kind of intense when he does what he does. But anyway, so this is his suit here that he designed, and it's really, really, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I also love it a lot. I love how extreme these big silly suits are. It's just so goofy, but it fits so well into the world and what they've created with this character. It's just a really fun thing. So just to give you an idea here, though, this is the big one I'll talk about in a second. This is the original one. It might be a little bit dusty. So this was his original one that he built, and this was the upgraded or newer suit of it. And this was his earlier one. It has these cool swords. It was just a fun little build, but was really, I really liked how it looked, but it was like it fought against you a lot. It would fall apart, and it was kind of clunky and look, but still, I love how it looks. I love how extremely crazy it is. I love this really, really pretty little centerpiece there. So that model was pretty good. This one is a step up for sure. It's also sturdier. It has more gimmicks. It looks more insane. Now when I do my reviews, you'll have, just so you know, I build these really quick. I don't even sand down the nub marks. I might cut off a few choice ones, but that helps me get them done quickly so I can review. I've got about 40 things in my backlog to review, so this is going to help me get them done. But as you can see, even with not sanding them down and not really doing it, you don't really see a lot of horrible nub marks. It's really a nice kit. The kits nowadays, in the last 5 years, especially 4 years, they're just so nice. But see how clunky, just huge and massive his feet are. Now, you can do a lot with this as far as posability, but it's not a great amount. But considering what you're looking at here, you certainly can. But before I show all that, I wanted to show you that after you build everything, you get a lot of leftover parts, to the point that I thought, oh, you know what, I'm forgetting to build something. And I'm wondering if I am, because I kind of built it quick and threw together all these extra fists, and you just get a ton. This is just fantastic. Look at his weapon. Look at his ridiculous weapon. It's like a bat. It's just he's got a bat gun. So it's a gun that's a bat. What I love about this whole line from the build beginning to divers, build fighters, all those, is that it's based on the kids designing something they want to build based on kind of their personality. And I love how something ridiculous like that can come out of it. It's just outrageous. It kind of reminds me of how people feel about the what was the one, the Gundam fighting, where they fought, you know, for the big space battles. It was really over the top. People really loved that one because it was so silly. But this is more than that. It's not just it's kind of realistic in the way that one day you will be controlling little, you already do, you control little VR robots and fight each other and stuff like that. So it's really not that far off. It's a bit in the future, set in the future. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's really fun. But as you can see, you get a lot of leftover plastic. After you cut all that down, there'll be some empty sprues. Be sure to recycle those. You get a few stickers. So I'm not 100% sure. Am I forgetting to build something? So I looked through all of it. Basically got to this point. And I was like, yeah, that's enough. But I think what I'm talking about, what I'm probably missing, it has some larger claws that you can build. Let's see where those larger claws. So you can see it's quite a bit to build. But, you know, without worrying about all the nub marks and stuff, I got it done really pretty quickly. So yeah, I guess I got it all. Maybe just extra parts. So let's look at the model a little bit, and I'll show you just how enormously ridiculous this guy is. So before I even get into all that, just to take a look around it, you get the great big swords, just like on the original one, but they made them even bigger, as you can see. Look how bright those glow as well. In the black lights and all the crazy LED lights that you have on my cabinet, those look so cool. They really do cool. Even just sitting here in the just a little bit of daylight I'm getting through, that looks fantastic. I love those. This whole backpack thing you can easily just pull off. Let me see if I say easily, and then watch me just, as per usual with my videos, I break it. Oh, there you go. Not bad. So let's set that to the side. This is the base figure, which I love how ridiculous he, like, imagine walking around with feet like this. It's just so ridiculous. But that, again, is what I love about these kind of things. I have barely posed this just because I put it together, set it aside, and moved on to another kit. So this is kind of my first time playing with it. But it does some pretty good, you know, as far as what you can do with these giant feet. You know, it's pretty standard stuff. Your skirts move and everything. What I noticed, too, was really strange. As I built this, the arms are super duper tight. And I thought, is that because I didn't cut back the nubs, like the nub marks? But I mean, I cut them pretty close. Like it's resisting that much, but they are super duper tight. But I kind of like it. I mean, it's tight as some toys. It almost kind of alarms me a bit. I believe you can put some fixed parts in his wrist there. You get a couple beam weapons. As like a lot of you out there, I've got a million beam weapons, so you could probably just stick one of those there. That would be kind of cool. And so the just the base figure itself is pretty interesting, but you can see how off he feels without that, you know, that thing on his back. And that would be this giant thing. These are just some basic weapons here. I think he can hold it. I can't remember. Let's see here. There's a way he can hold it. See what I mean? There's just a ton of really cool... Oh, there he is. See, he's holding it right there. How is he holding that? My gosh. Let's take one off and look. Well, before I do, let's look at these arm things. So he has these extra arm kind of things here. They have missile pods in them that come open almost too easily. These kind of don't stay closed very well. I'm not sure what it is about this side. I thought maybe I did something wrong. But then you've got this cool thing, which I just love how ridiculous this is. If this is a great kit for like kit bashing or for using the parts for kit bashing, because they're just some really cool parts. It comes apart, I should say, kind of easily like that. But I also like that because then you could really take it apart easily for painting, and it's not going, you know, don't have to take it apart completely. So all that comes apart. He's got the missile pods. He's got this. So that, let me see if I can turn it around and put it on here, which it's just outrageous. Put it back on him. Let's see if I can do that. Let me put his arms down. It's like I said, it's a lot, so you got to kind of pose it slowly and make sure you're not. So look at that. That's really, it's completely ridiculous, silly, stupefying. What other words can I use? And I just love that kind of thing. It's just his character in the show. It just that's it. He wasn't satisfied with this, so he went and built this. But it does quite a bit. Like I said, there's about as much posability as you would think from such kind of a bulky, a bulky thing. So you do have to keep that in mind. But with these things, like I said, even if you just use them for kit bashing, I mean, I personally would love to use them. I'm keeping this kit as is because I collect. This is one of the lines I'm now collecting, or one of the things I've determined to collect is start from Gundam build beginnings all the way to the latest ones. And this is going to stay this way. It's just so outrageous. It's going to take up a lot of room on the shelf, though, so that's a little unfortunate. Now, how did he hold the gun? I want to see if I can get that off, see if he can get the gun hold. I didn't notice. I think it's got a little... again, when you build them kind of quick, you kind of don't really see all the gimmicks. Does it have a... Oh, yeah. Look at that. So, he now has a ginormous gun he can hold. I don't think it will just... I'd have to take the fist apart. Actually, look at that. Just pop it in there. That popped off again, so let's put that right there. There you go. So now he has a ginormous gun. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just about as ridiculous as you can get. If you look at the head, there's actually some really nice details in there. You get these clear parts. There's about 4 or 5 layers to the head. So the head alone is also really cool. I don't know if this would look good on any other type of kit. Maybe some of the little foils and stuff, whatever you call them. But it's just a perfect kit, toy built by, if you know the character, you know how just perfect this was. One thing I noticed, though, and you might want to be careful of, is right here. See these parts here? This one, I don't know why. I guess it's a little weak. It got a little bent. And I looked at that and I was like, "Oh, is that bending?" And I didn't put any weight on it. I don't know if it came out like that or what. So be careful about that little part there. If you build it, it might flex a bit on you. But that is Ogre's new suit. I guess you'd say the Gundam GP-Race. I don't know why it'd be, because his old one was it. Anyway, instead of base, race, 210. So that's his new upgraded thing. It's just ridiculous. You get giant swords that glow. You just get so many. So even if you just buy this for, like I said, for the parts, you're going to be happy. But really, I think this is about the perfect, outrageous looking suit. So enjoy, everybody. I'm going to go see if I can actually find room for this on my shelf because I don't think I will. Bye-bye.